We immediately turned our backs to the mirror and faced the spinner of tales.
Alice.
Even now, the spinner of tales called me by my character's name in the tale. I braced myself. Joker extended his arm out before me to keep me back. He then told me quietly,
"Don't worry, Emily. I can tell just by looking at him. He doesn't have much magic left. Emily, you got your memories back while being Alice, the tale's protagonist. And you decided to return to the real world. You basically flat out rejected his tale."
Now that he mentioned it, Joker did predict it. His deduction suggested that the rules of Wonderland had been distorted since I got my memories back. For the spinner of tales, losing his tail and its protagonist meant losing himself. The spinner of tales did not answer. If he weren't in a position to deny it, then Joker was right. He exhausted his magic.
Let's go, Emily. The spinner of tales can no longer get in our way.
We held hands and faced the mirror, turning our backs to the spinner of tales. However...
Alice, wait.
A heart-rending, sorrowful voice followed. I turned around, unable to take the plunge into the mirror.
Emily?
Joker's expression was overcome with bewilderment as he called out my name. I averted my gaze from the spinner of tales and looked at Joker, who was by my side. I knew that Joker would be able to understand everything if he saw the look in my eyes. And sure enough, he cracked a wry smile as if he knew, and he shrugged his shoulders.
Yeah, alright.
The words that flowed off his lips were neither out of anger nor impatience. He was calm and quiet. Joker had already decided that he would spend the rest of his life with me.
Emily, just do whatever you think is right. I'll be there for you no matter what.
Thank you, Joker. Joker lovingly supported me, his smile brimming with his deep trust in me. That was why I confronted the spinner of tales once again. There's something that's been on my mind. I continued, as the spinner of tales remained silent. After I woke up in Wonderland, here, I ended up going to Luke's tea party. But after that, I was sent to a completely different place before even realizing it. Apparently, there weren't many people who could use teleportation spells. So I always wondered who used that teleportation spell on me, and why. And was it mere coincidence that I fell from above and landed on Joker? The possibility drifted through my head after I got my memories back at the Lake of Tears. I asked the spinner of tales, "Were you the one who was behind all of that?"
Huh?
Joker opened his eyes slightly wide, as if he were surprised by my speculation. However, he spoke no words. He let me take care of everything as he watched over. The spinner of tales did not respond to my query. However, it did not stop me from pressing on, because I was now sure of it. Before you sealed my memories, you said you would make sure that Joker and I would meet again. But Joker and I didn't even know that we previously met, for we had lost our memories. Thereupon, the spinner of tales muttered a few words.
As the spinner of tales, I couldn't bear such a boring tale.
His face was buried in the hood, making it impossible to see his expression.
Everything went well at first, but it was supposed to be your long-awaited reunion. Think of how boring it would be if you two just said hello while passing by, and that was it. I just wanted to give the characters in my tale more opportunities to face each other.
That doesn't make sense. In a quiet voice, I strongly rejected his reasoning. Because your tale, which you love more than anything, rules over all of Wonderland. The encounter with Joker was something that meant a lot in Amelie's life, but it had nothing to do with Alice. If you were trying to create a tale with Alice as the protagonist, then there would be no reason for you to give us a chance to reunite, right? I knew that the spinner of tales understood what I was saying, but he remained silent. When I thought about how frail his voice was, it became clear that he no longer had the strength to reply. I silently pondered to myself, the spinner of tales isn't just some cruel human being. I gazed into the darkness under his hood and put my doubts into words. The reason why you made leaving Wonderland a serious crime and why you wanted to trap Alice in this story was because you were lonely, like me. Perhaps he wanted to keep everyone in the tale of Wonderland. The spinner of tales wasn't a perfect figure. He was a sensitive, lonely person. It was hard not to think that way. The spinner of tales did not confirm or deny my claims. There no longer was a sign of him attacking us. I still have something I need to tell you. I took a step forward and grabbed the spinner of tales' hand. Thank you for bringing us together. The spinner of tales seemed like he wanted to say something. In the wake of a breathtaking presence, his body slowly vanished, without a trace.
Amelie.
Joker called out my name and gently wrapped his arms around me from behind.
I was fortunate to encounter the one I love because of a tale called Wonderland. Amelie, if he was the one responsible for giving me a chance to reunite with you, then I'd have to thank him.
He whispered in a deep, calm voice. His breaths tickled my ear.
I cannot forget the time I lived governed by the rules of Wonderland. I'm sure the residents of Wonderland have mixed feelings about the spinner of tales as well. However, I think I can forgive him.
Joker. I spun around and faced Joker, gazing right into his rose-colored eyes. I'm so happy that we feel the same way. I love you, Joker. I stood on my toes and gave him a kiss on the cheek.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Joker cheerfully smiled, wrapping his arms around my back and hugging me.
Amelie, you were the only one who was aware of how he really felt. I'm sure your words gave him the comfort he had been searching for all this time.
I hope so. I muttered with feelings of hope, wrapping my arms around him. Why don't we call it a day? I put my pen down and gazed at the words I had just written. Joker and I returned to the real world together. Even though the spinner of tales had vanished, the mirror connecting our worlds remained. I was now living with Joker. I still felt lonely without my parents, but I could keep my chin up as long as he was by my side. Being back in the real world didn't feel real. I was getting used to my life in Wonderland. It almost felt as if this were the dream world and I was having an out-of-body experience. But I continued to move on with my life. I still haven't gotten all of my memories back that I lost in Wonderland. Though I feel they're coming back to me quicker ever since I've been back. It wouldn't take long before I got used to my life here.
I'm home.
It was right when I was preparing dinner. I heard his voice, stopped everything I was doing, and rushed into the living room. Welcome home, Joker. Joker joyfully smiled at me as I greeted him at the door. He was now dressing in clothes from this world. His clothes in Wonderland looked really good on him, but these looked great as well. But there was no way I was going to admit that to him. Hey, what's in the envelope? There was a rather thick envelope in his hand. I curiously asked him about it, for I had no idea where it could have come from.
Oh, this? It was given to me.
He casually said as he handed me the envelope. Puzzled, I opened the envelope, only to be puzzled even more. This is money! The envelope was stuffed with bills. It was, of course, genuine money from this world.
It's compensation for the work I did.
You were working today? The questions only piled up with each and every word Joker uttered. He was always full of mystery and really knew how to surprise people.
I was performing a few magic tricks on the side of a busy street, and apparently I impressed a lot of people. I was even asked if I wanted to perform on a show. They said they played on TV too.
I was amazed, in every sense of the word. He got used to this world way too quickly, and he had already found work. Hey, Joker, you're not tricking anyone, right?
Don't worry, Emily. I'm a new man.
Okay, but I've got my eye on you. I nervously giggled for a moment, but almost immediately recollected myself. Anyway, go ahead and take the first shower. I'll have dinner ready by the time you get out,
Alright, now fill you in on the details over dinner.
he said as he leaned forward and gave me a peck on the temple. After he swiftly made his way to the shower, I hurried to finish dinner so that I wouldn't keep him waiting. Joker loved my cooking, and we ended up having an enjoyable meal together. After doing the dishes, we were relaxing on the living room sofa until Joker brought up what had been on his mind.
So, Emily, in order for us to live a happy life together, we first need enough money to support ourselves, right? I can use a bit of my magic in this world, but not enough to get too excited about. And I thought I'd try something I'm good at to see if I can make some money, and fortunately, it worked.
Joker. He was seriously thinking about our future, and he found a way to live on his own in this world. I could just feel how much he cared about me, and I felt warm inside.
I mean, I'm doing this to make you happy. I'd do anything for you.
Thank you, Joker. I expressed my gratitude, even if he said it half-jokingly. I'm so happy. I had no idea you were thinking about our future that seriously already. Huh? I was looking up at the ceiling all of a sudden. A few seconds went by before I realized what happened. Joker had randomly pushed me down onto the sofa while I was speaking,